24 young men fall to the ground dead, and then a civil war begins. We are told in 2 Samuel chapter 2, verse 17 that Joab and his men defeat Abner and his men in the ensuing battle. And then we read of a particular instance between a young man named Asahel and Abner. Asahel is the brother of Joab, who is the nephew of David, the son of David's sister Zeruiah. And what is it that we learn about Asahel in this passage? Well, one of the things is that he is as fast as a wild gazelle. And we also learn that Asahel is diligent, that he doesn't turn to the right or to the left as he chases down none other than Abner, the commander of the forces of Israel. And as Asahel is chasing Abner, and as Abner is fleeing, they kind of carry on a conversation with one another. And I want you to notice with me that we are told 2 times about Asahel's diligence, this obsession that he has in pursuing Abner. In verse 21, Abner calls out, "Turn aside to your right hand or to your left." And then the text says, but Asahel would not turn aside. And then it says in verse 22, "Turn aside from following me." But he refused to turn aside. Now, we might think that this is a brave characteristic of Asahel. He is resolved. He doesn't give up. He's going to finish what he starts. Well, as good as those characteristics can be, that's not exactly what the writer wants to communicate to us. Remember, the position of the men of Judah was to be a defensive position, not one of aggression. David's kingdom is to move to other tribes by the announcement of good news and grace. And this, what we see taking place, looks nothing like grace. Notice also the other comments being made. Abner says that you should seize one of the young men and take his spoil. But Asahel doesn't want to do that. And here we have an indication of what Asahel is really after. He is after the prestige of being the one who captured the great Abner, the commander of Ishbosheth's army. He's after fame. He's after glory. Even though he is in David's army, there is no concern for the right representation of David's kingdom. There is no concern for his fellow Israelite brothers. There is only one thing on his mind, and it is planting his foot in Abner's dead chest and raising his arms in victory over him. He wouldn't turn aside, and it ends with his own death, a death caused by his gift of running. He runs so fast that he runs up on the blunt end of Abner's spear. And verse 23 says that all who came to the place where Asahel had fallen and died stood still. I think it would be a good idea for us to stand still and consider what is taking place. Pride seeks personal glory with personal gifting instead of godliness. Asahel was using his God-given skill, his speed, and he was using it to chase personal glory. Each of us within God's kingdom have been blessed with a gift. Each of us as humans also have skills in some areas, and we can use those skills and gifts in ways that bring God glory or in ways that bring ourselves glory. As you pray today, please remember our Creative Access missionaries, Jacob and Miriam. And also remember the English Life Word broadcast that's heard throughout Canada and the United States.